Welcome back, my crafty friends. Here we are on Tuesday evening here in Canada. Thank you for joining me. I'm Sandy of Walling and Sand, and I'm a Canadian independent Stampin' Up demonstrator. Now, for those in Canada, I hope you had a wonderful long weekend. This was our Thanksgiving, and I kept a pretty low profile. My daughter made me some yummy food. And I have the leftovers because it's all vegan, so she doesn't eat it. Well, she would eat it, but she's not. Anyway, I'm just straightening up my camera a bit. Looks like, there we go. Well, anyway, so I want to get right into it because we're going to make a couple cards tonight. And I am super excited to show this to you because this is a brand new offering that will come out on November the 3rd. As a demonstrator, I can get it now, obviously. And if you were to sign up now during the pre-order, you would actually be able to put this in your pre-order, which would be awesome. Okay, just moving my chair and I'm too far back. So, hey Valerie, hey Tracy, welcome, welcome. All right, so here it is. So I went for I want it all. Okay, so I have this is a mouthful, the Quite Curvy Variety Bundle. So this is it. So you get the Quite Curvy stamp set with these. I love these. I have played with these since I got them. And then the curvy sentiments, which are very nice. Thinking of you makes my day. I love the font. You're one in a million. I love the little birdies. Does anyone not have a soft spot for little birdies? And the little hello here. And what I think you'll really like is that it's photopolymer. Oh yeah, you can see where you're stamping, which is a plus. So that's part of it. Curvy Christmas, we're going to be playing with this too, is part of this same variety bundle. These little trees and the stars. I have seen so many samples using this. It's crazy, which just makes me love it even more. May your days be merry and bright. You have a little bow, a little Merry Christmas. I'm going to call that snow. That's what I'm calling it. But it can be other things too, of course. Thinking of you at Christmas. Also photopolymer. These are really long stamps. So I had to bring my biggest block. I'm pretty sure I have another one, but I can't find it. Anyway, all this also photopolymer, and then the dies. Alrighty, so you kind of get the idea here. I know there's going to be a whole bunch of glare, so I'll do this. So these two are similar. One thing you want to know is when you're placing this, and this is, we're trying to avoid the trial and error part. This edge cuts. So if you're cutting, let me just get this. If you're cutting like so, the dots will be on this side. But I will show you when we actually cut stuff. I'll have this really pretty floral border. Now this one, I love ivy. Love ivy. This one doesn't cut out. Wait, does it cut out? It does cut out. It does, it does cut out. It cuts out this. So it's not a strip of whatever. It's actually just cuts out the ivy. Really pretty. This will cut out these guys. Yay. This cuts out this. Well, the birds, those are pretty self-explanatory. And this teeny little sprig here too. Even that. So that's like 25 stamps. And oh, I'm not going to count everything. Oops, knocking my paper. So we're going to use some of this tonight, but just to finish talking about the bundle. Okay. Oh, so these are the curvy dies. It's so new, like I just got it, that I have to have that handy. Okay, so with the variety bundle, there's also DSP. Now, there's 3 different colors. So you've got your cherry cobbler, your, is that Sahara sand? I think it is. Anyone here that's a demo? Speak up. Oh, wait, there it is. I was looking, yeah, Sahara sand and shaded spruce. So I picked out the patterns. You get more than, you know, these pieces. So it doesn't scream Christmas, which means this goes past Christmas, which is lovely. This one doesn't say Christmas to me. These kind of do, but you can get around that. So it's the same pattern on all of them, just in different colors. This is pretty. I would love to see this on a baby card. I just think that'd be so pretty. So very pretty. Do you like the paper? I think it's very pretty. And then this shaded spruce are the same. And again, doesn't scream Christmas on that side. Stripes are good all the time, so same patterns. Hello, Marcy. Hello, Julie. Welcome. We have got a bunch to do here, so without delay, I have to keep some of this out. Don't need that. Those. Okay. First thing we're going to do is color. One of my favorite things to do. So, just going to put down a piece of paper that will protect my work surface. Oh, I'm glad you like the paper. All right, so you can use your sponges, your Stampin' sponges. I'm going to use these. They're a little quicker, especially for a video. And the two colors that I'm using are Pear Pizzazz and Balmy Blue. Hey, Grace. Welcome. All righty. Now I just have to remind myself which is which, so we'll do this. That one's green. Okay, put the blue on the side. Now, I don't need a paper this big for the front of a card, but I'm actually going to use the same paper on the second card. So we do have a couple cards. So one's Christmas and one isn't. Whether you're using your sponges or the oval makeup brushes, I got mine from Amazon. You want to take some of the color off. Otherwise, you're going to end up with blobs like that. And you don't want that. You don't want that. All right, so I'm just going to be very random about this. Remember, you can always add more color. Usually find on videos I don't get as much color on as I did when I started. When I did my original. And the good thing about this, these two colors, by the way, is you can mix them. Did you know that? Well, you can. I'm going to go back and do more of that. I'll just bring this one over. So this is the Balmy Blue. You can see that I've used it. You can always tell. I'm like your average stamper. I also aim for the center. So for now, I'm going to aim to the sides, get more ink. Right now, this looks like a dog's breakfast, but it will improve. Don't you worry. I'm certain lots of you have tried sponge daubers. You could do this with sponge daubers too. Being a smaller surface though, and again for a video, I definitely want to use a bit more. So the paper is actually wider than I need as well, because then I won't end up with these, well, you can't see them here, these edges where it's a little bit darker, because I don't really want that. Like I said, you can't really mess this up. You really can't. So what did everybody do for Thanksgiving? Was it a quiet time? I know we're in the midst of a pandemic, so options may have been a bit limited. Did you go out for dinner and just have a nice quiet dinner at home? I think the weather was good. Don't remember. You know, that was like on the weekend. That was like, you know, days and days ago. I don't remember. I've been very busy prepping for classes. So one thing I wanted to tell you, and I'll go into it more at the end, is when you see something like this, it's fun to watch, but it's also good to have a class so you know how to use everything and get used to it. So I actually spent some of my weekend designing a Quite Curvy Bundle and Quite Curvy Variety Bundle. I'm not sure I'm saying that right. Oh no, I am. Classes. So there's actually, there's one class, there's two, there are two options, and the second option gives you a second class as well. So, I really missed eating lots for Thanksgiving. I do tend to overindulge, you know, a tad. All right, let's get some more green in here. It's looking very blue, which is fine. I'm just going over it, and then I'll go over the whole thing. The magic, the magic. This used to be the weekend when, ages ago, when my parents would close up the cottage. So we would all go up to the cottage. My grandmother and aunt's cottages were right behind, and we'd have a big feast. If it was nice, some of my cousins might go in the water. I think I got up to my shins once and went, yeah, no, this is like not going to happen. Oh, lots of nice Thanksgivings. Quite's good too. It's like it's another good meal. So I'm going to go back in with a little bit of blue. Oh, homemade pie. Hello. Yes. Yes to homemade pie. Alrighty. So you see how deep the color is? You can compare this. When you put these two together, I don't know, they just seem to enhance each other, and it just looks nice. So I have to close these now so I don't, you know. I forgot that these weren't in a package. I've been putting them into the drawer. It's a white drawer that now has, you know, extra color. Okay, now don't get grossed out by this. I'm going to put my fingers in the water. I have done this technique before, and it wasn't even my plan, really. So this is just my water in my little swig mug, fingers, and try not to get any of the other paper. And then you just wait for the magic, and you can do a little bit more. So those were pretty big droplets, which is fine. Have to give it a moment to dry. A little bit more. Hey, Rosemary. Oh, cooking too. Look at all the people that cook food. Me, I just go to my daughter and take her stuff, and she makes me yummy things. I do cook a bit. It's more fun when somebody cooks for you, though. That's good at it. All right, so there's our paper. Let's get that away for now. You see that really cool bit of splash and mess? That's what we want. So I'll bring up my cutter and just do a little bit of cutting. So let's see. Kind of deciding how I want this to go. You know what I will do? Take this out and see, would that look really nice there? Maybe. Okay, so why don't we cut off, actually we'll cut the size of the paper first. How's that? All right. Oh. Okay, so don't need that. I have a corner here that's not done, but this is at 5.5, so I'm going to go down to 5 7/8. Gasp. No. 5 3/8. Oh my goodness. Just off by a tad. I'm going to get my measurements mixed up. Nope, this way. Okay. All right. Eek. I'm covered. All right. So that's that. I just have to make sure I'm cutting the right way. Cutting, not cutting. Okay. Oh, actually, I wasn't going to cut this piece yet, and I'll show you why. So I'm going to leave it that way so I remember which direction it goes. That would help. All right. So our next piece, we're going to cut with the curvy die. So I'm checking my sample to make sure I'm not too far off. And again, here's the blade part, and I want the pattern to show up on the paper. So I'm going to go, is that going to be right? Yes, cutter's down there. It's always good to double check, okay? Okay, here's the little cutter dude. I would do that off to the side, but then you wouldn't see anything. So this one has the magnetic plate in it. Have I got too much in here? I don't know. I haven't looked at this for a few days, so it's kind of like, let's see. Checking again. I don't even know if that's all on screen. Let's have a nice sweep. I like that. So let's see how that turns out. If I happen to wreck it, I have more paper. All right. I feel like that's too much, but it isn't. Okay. Oh, this is so smooth. I was using my my old Big Shot upstairs today, and it needs some help. It is. Oh, I think I've had it for like forever. Okay, so that might be a little higher than I want, but maybe not. Okay, so this is why I didn't cut the paper all the way. So, did I just make that go the wrong direction? Nope, I didn't. Okay. Now, how was that? Why is that not the same size? Let me check. Someone didn't check her measurements first. Oh, no. All right, check to see how wide we are. That's good and wide. So that's actually wider than I need. Okay. Okay, so I'm going to take off of this side just 1/8 of an inch. And bye-bye. There you go. Okay, and then I'm going to go like this. So, let's see, I'm going to cut the bottom. I'm not attaching these yet. Right now I'm just doing a bunch of cutting, and once I get closer to what I want, good 4 centimeters, I will finish cutting. I never like when the line is facing up. Okay, so that goes that way. And then we want the height of the card just about. Actually, let me think. Let me get out the layer and make sure. I don't want to mess up. And then I will give you the measurements once I'm done. Okay, so this is the black layer, and it is 4 1/8. So I really only want this to be 4 inches. So I'm going to go right here. If it's off by the tiniest little bit, it's perfectly okay because I can cut it again. Okay. I still have this piece I can use, which is awesome. Dun, da, da, da. It's coming together. Yes, it is. Let's do some stamping. And I'm going to need to bring this paper back because, as mentioned, the stamp is really long. And now this isn't attached yet, so I want to keep that in mind. And just check it out. This is my biggest block. Now, what I noticed some demos doing is when they were putting the block onto their, get it going the right way. When they were putting their stamp onto the block, they kind of follow the line of this as much as possible. Okay, so let's get out the shaded spruce. Let's get our stamping done. And then on to card 2. Card 2 won't take as long because we have already, oh, I want to clean that. Did I bring a cloth? I did not. Okay, scrap it is. You'll do. I don't want to, I've got ink up here. And I don't want that ink on the card because, well, I just don't. Oh, I did that backwards. Darn it. Okay. Let's see what we can do. How did I mess that up? I do not know. Well, you know what? It may not follow. So be it. I think I should have stamped first. Hey, Julie, welcome. I'm figuring out, it's because of these dies that I'm like, how did I do that? And oh, I know. I think I know. Yep, it's the piece that I just munched. But that's okay, we have another piece. Because what I really want, I'm going to have to do that again. Oh, wait. Merry Christmas. We might as well get that done as well. I'm going to put that right there. I feel this is the kind of card where you can just stamp directly onto it. Now, what we going to do, because I messed that up just a little bit. Okay, no worries. Because... don't you love when you make oopsies right on your videos? Just makes them longer. That's what I say. Okay. So I did bring my white paper down. I whisper white paper. So we will a wee piece. I think I'm just going to kind of cut. I'm just going to cut it. So nothing particular there. But what I want to do is what I was talking about here. That's the line down. Okay, so this is what I meant to do. This is what I meant to do. I think I'm still going to use this piece though. Yeah. All right. Shall we try this again the right way? This is what happens when you do things backwards. But, boy, could I, what's the question? Could you put both pieces on? Both pieces. I'm not sure. You know, I get ahead of myself, then I'm not really sure what you mean. Get rid of all those little dots. All right, so because I've done the length of this, we'll be just fine this time. And I don't know if that's on video, but it's close. All righty. Nope. All right, so I have got the magnetic plate here, so everything stays in place, which is nice. All right, now we're not backwards. Well, have to get away from my computer though, because we don't want to knock into that. All right, yep, this reminds me more of what I was doing. This is what happens when you make your samples ahead of time, and then you don't remember how you did them. The white cut pieces, probably, but we'll just carry on. We're just gonna carry on. Okay, so I can just rip that and rip that. And then figure, oh, don't be backwards again. Oh, for crying out Petey's, why isn't this not working this time? Oh, I know why. What a doorknob. Never mind, it's me. Go back to that first piece. I shouldn't call myself a doorknob. That's not nice. All right, now I'm going to attach them. Okay, so it wasn't wrong. Someone just didn't read her sample very well. Now, I did get inspiration for this card from another demonstrator. I did show it to my daughter. I said, well, here's my card and here's the one I copied. She goes, well, those don't look the same. Yeah, I know. Because she liked mine better, of course. I think my daughter's supposed to say that, though. Get that straight. Be nice if it was straight. I like the wiggle time because we're not quite done making it straight. There we go. Alrighty, we are back in business, my friends. Here we go. And zoom. Cut a little bit of that. Alrighty. And before we get too far, bring this back again because, actually, not yet. Not yet. Oh. And when I leave my stamp cases open, I'm like, bad Sandy. Bad Sandy. We're going to put the card together. Okay, so here's the base of the card. Okay, so it's 5.5 by 8.5, scored at 4 1/4, and bone folder. Nice crisp edge. There. I like when they lay flat like that. Alrighty. Now this piece, the basic black, is 5 3/4 by 4 1/8. And then this is just 1/8 of an inch smaller. So it's 4 inches by 5 and oh no, they're the same. 4 inches. Yeah, that didn't change. It's the same width, 5 3/8. 4 inches by 5 3/8. Oh my goodness, granny. Oh my good granny. What can I say? Dun, da, da, da. Very simple card. And I did that check with myself. Do I really want to put black on this? Do I want to put black on this? Well, yeah, I do. There we go. I need to change my blade. I've got a couple of fuzzies, but we'll fix those, no worries. And then let's just do this part. You notice I don't do the center 99% of the time because that's where my fingers go. Alrighty, so here's my base. And let's get that on there, right about there and there. It's pretty, but we're going to make it prettier. Yeah, I forgot that they weren't going to match. Silly me. Let's see. Over on my right here, I have got, there it is, Winkastella. Ah. Okay, now just going to squish some. This is the ballast. It says push, so you push. You can see it coming down here, and then I'm just going to, no you didn't, not drip it on the card. We're just going to flick it. I know it's not going to show up very well in the video at all, but I will tell you that I can see it. And it's just kind of that, nope, I see a bubble. When you see bubbles, you need to stop. There. Okay. So again, I don't think you can see the sparkles, but they're down in the white and they're up here as well. Card number 1. Okay. Let's get to card number 2. Now let's see if I can remind myself how to do this. Okay, I can remember. Okay, so first things first, we'll get the pieces out. We have our card base. We have our card layer. We have scrap, lots of scrap, just because, you know. And we have this piece. So what I'm going to do, that just tells me it fits, is get that big block, and I know it's got green ink on it, but I'm going to do my best to not get totally covered. Now the more paper you use, by the way, the more you have. So my other paper was even bigger, so I was able to do more with it. Okay, toss that on, get the shaded spruce again. And I did try different colors. I was sampling out what would this look like with black. What would this look like with, you know, so I just tried it, and I really like the shaded spruce with it the best. So what I do want to do is clean off, oh, I don't need to clean that spot because you're not going to see it. Okay, but I am going to bring this in, and I am going to bring this in. So when I say this is my biggest block, this is F. And if you notice, it's photopolymer, so I have my little cushy, it's got a name. Nah, that escapes me at the moment. Stampin' Pierce Mat. That sounds right. Okay. Because this is such a big stamp and I don't have like the strongest hands, I am just taking a couple extra seconds to make sure it all goes in. Now it's going to stick. And there we go. And then the magic of cutting it. Now, I have to tell you, it took me a couple tries to get this just right. Now, I was using my old Big Shot with the magnetic plate where there's a magnet here, 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 like that. Now, I expect that my results will be better with this one because the whole thing's magnetic. All right, so let's get rid of those little guys again. Now, what they recommend with this plate is that you not use the same spot because you can use like the whole thing. So I'm just going to turn it around and I'm going to go over this direction. And I don't think you can see that. And I have to use, you know how you have to use a certain hand when you're, I have to do it this way. There we go. All right, it looks lined up. Actually, let me just take another, it's a lot easier when you're right above it. Okay, here we go. Huh. I just remembered why I wanted my Memento black ink, which I took upstairs going, I don't need that, that can go. So we will improvise that as well. Sometimes, alrighty. So Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine, off you go. Okay, so we're not done with this either, and we have a little stamping to do. Now this little birdie, I am not going to put the mat underneath it. I just don't think it needs it. Not for something really tiny, it should be okay. It is green, I really prefer black, but yeah. As I took a perusal of the cards and went, yeah, I don't need that. I don't need that. So now this is, I've already, well, it's not, I've done my blog, it just isn't posted yet, but it will talk about how I came up with the color for my bird. So this is what the original bird looked like. So this is I had it the right way. Light Smoky Slate and Pool Party is what I used. Yes, I don't need that one. Okay, so looks so much better in black, by the way, but it is what it is. So the original bird, it's so tiny. Then I was like, that doesn't go with my card. So I think I did use this actually. And then I went, what if I took this color and put it on top, and it just changed it. So this, I should tell you what this color is. This was Pool Party, and this is, you know, my favorite, Mango Melody. Alrighty, and we're gonna cut him. Oh, you know what? The die is, nope, that one, nope. That one. I'm gonna cut it off to the side, so just give me a moment, please. Actually, I have to bring it up because I can't reach the handle. So, little birdie. And just get that, hopefully, just right. You don't want to cut off his little legs. That would not be nice. Up a little higher. I do need new glasses. I really do. Darn pandemic. I blame the pandemic that I haven't gone, but I better go. And I know I've said that probably 100 times too. I'm getting a flu shot. I haven't been to the doctor's office in eons either. Oh, I am going to the dentist. Yep. Safety protocols in place. There we go. Little birdie. Looks so much better in black. I will show you the original because I did bring it with me. Okay, not quite done with this. I'm going to bring back the Wink of Stella. I'm trying to think. I brought two. Which was which? I don't want the one that's like that I super did. So what I did is I just on the lines and the spines did a little line of Wink of Stella, which again doesn't show up very well on the camera, but if I move it closer, maybe as soon as I'm done, a little bit more. Wow, did I ever cut that crooked? This whole edge should not be like this, and I just smudged that with my finger, so my bad. You know, if it's going to go wrong, it's going to happen on a video, but that's okay. All right, such different colors I got this time. Such different colors. Alrighty, so, oh, we have one more thing to stamp. I was wrong. Is this the piece? Is this the piece? Is this the piece? This is the piece. Here it is. All right, we have that tiny little hello we talked about in the first set. And I'm just going to go stamp it right. I love that font. I love that it's thin and it didn't, you know, make a big, thick blotch. All right, now we can assemble. Okay, so the base is 4 1/4 by 11 square 5 1/2. The layer is 4 1/8 by 5 3/8. So we can add that. This is the Brick and Mortar embossing folder. And I thought it would be perfect because of the vines. Just kind of thought, I don't know if that's English ivy or what kind of ivy it is, but if it's a creeper, I would have thought it was like, would creep down, not up, but you never know. So, let me think for a moment. How would I like this? I kind of like it like that, but I really don't like that piece there. So this isn't actually going to stay like this. I will be fixing this. Yes. So let's make, hopefully, a straight edge. And then, since I don't have my punch with me, we'll make our own little end. Which I usually, this is why I use my punch. Some people are so good at this. This is not my forte. There, just pull it. Alrighty, we're gonna pop that up. So we need some dimensionals. We're gonna pop this up too. Now, of course, I'm looking for my original. What did I do with it? It's got to be here somewhere. So anyway, so this class is on my blog already, and it will be fun. Whichever option you choose, it will be fun. I believe I set the, register by November 2nd. Sounds so far away, you know, but it isn't. It isn't really. Okay, I apologize for that bit up there. Ugh. Okay, kind of like, you know what? Let me take a look. I'm trying to think. Oh, you know what I forgot? This card's not ready. Okay, we have something else to cut. There, actually, or just take. I'm taking this extra piece that I did the second time and trying to think. Yeah, like that. So I'm going to have to cut a little bit off, but you're not going to see it. I'll cut that after. So this is actually going on here. Kind of follows the line, kind of doesn't, which is okay. I'm perfectly okay with that. Like so. Okay, let's glue that down and then I will cut off the edges. Now I didn't put the glue right out to the end because I know what will happen. It's just going to fall off and not going like that, or be all sticky on the other side. You're so quiet. You're so quiet. I know you're listening. And you're so kind. Thank you for not making fun of my mistakes. Like I said, if it's going to happen, it will happen on a video. I did have, like I said, I had some trial and error as well. I forgot to cut that, darn it. Okay, I'm going to tell you that we're going to go like this. I don't want to make the video like, 10 miles long. So do a little fixing after the fact. I'll show you the proper one. Okay, so what I meant to do was cut off all of this back here, and I still might be able to cut that. And get in there, and over here. Oops, don't want to cut the card. Don't want to cut the card. That is so crooked. But watch, it's magic. Oh my goodness, what? The card's ready? So this was really just a scrap that I had from all my tests. Which is why it's small, and you can see the colors are quite different. And I didn't smudge them. No, you know what? You're right. It's not a mistake. It's an opportunity for embellishment. But anyway, so this one I did do in tuxedo black. And I added a couple of the holiday rhinestones. They have lots of good colors. And I decided the green did it for me. So that's that card. I don't know if you can, now you probably can't see the Wink of Stella on there. Probably not, but it is down the vines. And this is our other card. And the original, and you can see how different. So this is the original, how different it is. What you can see, it almost looks like, I don't know, let's just say Northern Lights. I've never seen the Northern Lights. I would love to. And this one is definitely much darker. It's got the same kind of sloping hill. I can see the Wink of Stella has dried, thankfully. And there you go. So let's just have two for the last shot. So there we go. So what I'm going to say, oh, thank you. You're so kind. Thank you. Thank you. Oh. Sometimes when I'm done videos, I'm like, what on earth were you doing? Anyway, I'm going to put all the important links up in the description. Which will take you to my blog, which will, one, you can sign up for the newsletter, so you know when classes are coming out. It'll also show you online classes, and you can read about the class with this. What else? Oh, and I also have a Mary Moose class as well. There's a little sneak peek on there as well. Yeah. So that is it. Happy rest of the week, and I will see you next Tuesday. And if I can get some more samples ready, I'll post some more samples before next week. So thank you so much for joining me. Bye-bye.